Okay, we're heading to the seminar. Are you excited?
It's currently 10:40 right now. Seminar's gonna be for 12. I feel excited. I feel a little nervous. A little bit nervous. This is good. I just really hope they enjoy it. And I hope because I've been thinking a lot about like how to structure it, and I just hope the layout makes sense. So yeah, I'm feeling good though.
Okay, so you guys, thanks for coming. This is Estefan. I met Estefan almost a year ago. We competed against each other at the Canadian Nationals, and Estefan beat me quite handily. But he's helped me so much with my jiu-jitsu. When we were training on the national team, he helped me a whole ton. And continues to help me now. So I just thought it's a great opportunity for you guys to get to come in and train directly from him, because he's helped me out so much, especially like his guard passing. I like to play a closed guard game, and nobody, and when I say nobody, has passed my guard or just made it look like I don't know what I'm doing easier than he has. So when I asked him to do a seminar here, I specifically asked him to do guard passing because he does that better than I've ever seen anyone else do it. So yeah, so.
I appreciate it.
No pressure. No pressure.
Thank you guys for coming, okay? I'm really excited, a little bit nervous, but it's a good balance. It's going to make me really push myself, make sure you guys have an amazing time. So I also brought a whiteboard, and the whole point of the whiteboard really is so that I can take notes and you guys can kind of look at it as a cue so you don't forget. Because the 2-hour seminar is a bit lengthy, and I don't want you guys forgetting anything. So I'm taking notes down, that way you guys can look back. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay, cool. And now you can reference it during the drill, okay? So let's start off with a little bit of a warm-up, just a little bit of thing, just to get the blood flowing, and now we're gonna get right into the technique and have some fun, okay? Let's go, guys. So you guys have a break or?
Yeah, we clap. 1, 2, 3.
On 3. Oh,
Yep.
oh, great. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
The body and the guard. You have a foot line. You have a knee line. Extend your arm straight. You have a hand line and an elbow line. He's going to be at his maximum strength when he has his foot line attached and his hand line. He's going to be the strongest here, right, for sure. My objective is to move him down those lines. My objective is to get from the foot line to the knee line, and then what's after that? After that, those lines is going to be the torso and the hips. You have to control both. It's the way it is. Unless you weigh, I don't know, like 300 pounds or something, you can just take the chest and they can't move. But for the most part, you're going to have to dominate both. And what I've noticed predominantly with beginners is that they always chase the chest more than they chase the hips, which is why you end up in this kind of position. You'll be here, he gets his knee through, and you guys will end up running around, and you just go nowhere, right? You have to chase the hips. So whatever pass I show you guys today, it's going to finish the same. Once you pass, always block the hip. Always block the hip. And then you can take both. Okay? Especially against the better guards. So now, he's going to put me in sweater. Right now, I'm at the maximum strength he has. He's at my hand line and foot line. So watch what's going to happen. First thing is posture. How do I structure my base? So a few don'ts. So the first don't is don't just stand stiff like this. If I stand stiff like this, if he starts moving around, he can easily manipulate my base, get underneath my weight, which is what I don't want. You do not want your partner to get underneath your weight. And most importantly, you don't want him to take you out of your base. Because the most important thing you want to understand with guard passing is going to be structure and balance before movement, always. Balance, structure before I move. So if I'm off balance, and I'm like, I'm going to try to pass, right? That's when you're going to get thrown, you're going to get slammed. So before I move, always balance and structure. So what's going to happen, watch. Cuff grips, grab my cuff. So cuff grip, get into a very low, comfortable squat, elbows to the inside of the knees. Why? Because if my elbow's on the outside, you start stretching, oh, it's going to be tough to fight, right? So watch stronger. So watch, elbows to the inside, stretch. Right, totally different experience. I have a lot more power. Now watch as I push, posture up. Block the hips, block the head. Okay. So I get caught. Boom. Low squat, elbows in. He tries to move, right? He's going to feel it's different. It's not strength here. It's just anchoring. When I anchor that elbow to the knee, when he tries to stretch it, there's a lot more power. If it's on the outside, he pushes. This is what happens, right? Elbows in. Now watch, when I put my elbows in, push them back away. Lock the hips. Lock the head. When I grab over and I back away.
Yeah, I'm kind of punching. Try to push him back.
Okay, so now let's get into the next passing position, the knee cup position. It's a beautiful pass, right? And then we're going to go into different concepts again. So once you guys get to this position, all we're going to do is take the hand that's on the pretty much the tucked in, so the tucked in leg. Come up. I'm going to push on the knee. You can grab onto the gi if you'd like. Now watch the forward. So let's do it again. Now, pay attention to that spar and shield. See, it never disconnects. Now, if you guys ever done the cut across, you'll notice that this happens. I want you to get your knee shield when I tell you. Get your knee shield. This. And you're like, oh man. And then you try to pass, that foot comes up, and you're like, oh damn. Keep that spar and shield. So watch. Hand comes in, and I push. Just when I push, watch my forward. 2 steps. 1, 2. 1, 2. At the same time, my knee to elbow does not disconnect. Try to get the knee shield. All right, you can't. There's no way. No space. Grab onto the elbow. You can grab onto the gi. No-gi style with the C-clamp. Or the cuff. To be honest with you, the cuff is probably the weakest because he's able to still post his elbow down to the ground, make himself strong. It's not really the best. The elbow is going to be where the money's at, and that's where we can slide through and we can finish. Now watch. The heck up into the hips. Same exact thing. It never changes. And you finish. We're going to go into a lot of detail in this position about knee shields and all that stuff. But first, focus on that entry. Connect. Look, I don't even have to grab it. Just palm. Settle my weight down. Sit nice and heavy in your center of gravity. And again, think about the rule of opposites. If he pushes me, right, push me with your hands. Pull me. Left. Right. Right. Do the same exact thing. If you guys go over that checklist, I'm telling you, you're going to feel heavy. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Go.
Blocking his hip. Left side, right? So I'm doing You're blocking his arm. You're still not shooting this. We're just killing each other. Great seminar. We just met and already.
You're holding my left shoulder, right? You're like, I'm telling you, down.
Wall, be careful of the wall.
Oh! I'm catching what you're saying. Sorry, Wall. Hold out. I mean, I can't even get this going.
Very nice. Ooh. That's good, man. That's good.
So we describe things as either good for you or not for you.
Huh? Yeah. Well, I'm doing like just one long clip.
We're both fast. Ah, you see that? That's very good. Yeah. Most people lose that battle when they push them. Yeah. They fall backwards. Push the fly off as pressure, diagonal, corner control, and you'll feel like it's trying to move you.
The corner control is over here. Consider putting it here, no?
No, not yet. No. So when you initiate the knee cut, now, yeah, indirect pressure. So it's just sort of lots of strong structure that can't be. Yeah. So he turns into indirect pressure. Yeah. So it feels like he turns, he hits the wall. That's the idea.
Because when he has this grip here,
Okay, so you don't, okay, so if that were to happen, so if I notice that I have to have the pressure,
Okay, hold on one second.
because I can't allow, I can't allow, because once this happens, it's gonna work. Okay? So what's gonna happen? Once they notice, and how you know, by the way, they're gonna play an underhook hand is the way you want it. They're gonna lock their legs this way. They're gonna play a sort of underhook. They go right to that kind of figure 4 style. If they're gonna play an open guard,
You're right. That changed.
right, they'll do this. So that's the first cue. First cue, notice this. Number 2, now what I want to try to do is lock his arm.
but that's what I was doing. Andrew, you can't screw me up, man. You screwed me up.
So what I want to do is prime this drive forward. Because now I'm designed to go in this direction. So as she pushes against me, right? You see how I have a very good opposite structure? If I do this, and she pushes me, I can only go up.
But you're not over-exaggerating so much that the foot's actually pointed inwards.
You don't want to go nuts, right? You don't want to go, obviously, like anything that...
Like you're not squaring 100%. Like you're not coming into this.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. You don't want to be, you don't want to be like that, because then she can grab my ankle.
Yeah, because that's what I was...
Push me.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get into. Like I was trying to get into a square squat. So you still have a bit of this stagger.
Because even when I do the other
Now, if I were to actually manipulate you with this, so I'm holding it on. Yeah, you're pushing the ankle. Also, observe her hips. So if you open up the knee, I want you to just swivel your hips. You see the swivel, right? That's very important. Is this all this thought, all this sort of conceptualizing, understanding the foundation of the sport should be done generally off the mat, not when you're rolling. Like if I'm rolling, I'm not going, okay, 8-limb balance. It's not going to happen because I need to react in the moment. So thinking happens outside. Class is done, sit on the wall, rethink the roll. Okay, what happened? What could I have done better? What is it about my body type that wasn't really working with this move? You got to think all the time. But when it comes to rolling, you just roll. Just practice, be in the moment, experience it, think and reflect after. And sometimes that's hard, especially if it was a chaotic roll, you might forget. But it changes over time as you get better. So now, next concept is going to be this. Pressure is going to be applied with the chest and the hips. The arms just reinforce the position. What do I mean by that? So if I'm in the knee cut, generally someone strong will do this, right? Because if they feel the guy pushing him, he feels like he has to curl his arms in order for him to win the game. But the problem with that is it's such wasted arm energy. It's just completely wasted. Why would I exhaust it in a knee cut just pulling the arm when I could have just done it with something that doesn't really gas? How do you gas the torso, right? It doesn't really gas, right? You can kind of burn the core if you're playing guard, stuff like that. But if I'm leaning with my chest and my hips, it doesn't gas. Now, how do I apply it? So how I'm going to apply is this. As he starts pushing, let's say, for example, I'm going to just lock my arms. Again, they're supposed to be strong. I'm not saying weak, right? Make them firm. But watch what's going to happen. Use my feet, and I'm going to drive with my chest. As he pushes it, right, it's going to feel like, whoa, that's exhausting, right? It's a lot of work. But for me, it's zero. I'm not doing anything. In fact, when you get better at it, you can just kind of cup as he pushes, right? See, the hand's not doing nothing. It's all torso. It's all torso. So now, my partner's going to frame on me, right? He's going to frame. He's going to do a lot of good pushing on me. All I want to do is this. And by the way, if the frame is in the way, use your elbow clear. Just clear with your arms. Lean with the chest. Have him push you. Have him push you pretty hard too and lean with the chest. Don't get clouded and think arm, right? It's not arm. Just lock and lean. Push with the feet. Hips go out and you pass. And now if he starts hip escaping, follow with the hips. Back up into him. Settle down and finish. So again, pressure is applied to the chest and the hips. This is also from everywhere on top. Half guard, smash pass, side control, mount, everywhere. Everywhere is going to be the arms accent, the chest and the hip apply pressure. He pushes, chest and hips apply pressure. Same exact idea. And I finish. Okay? So now, what I want you guys to do, in order for this to work flawlessly and beautifully, you have to go over all the sequences. So they connect, spar and shield. And always do the rule of opposites in every sequence of stage. Because it's not going to be like, okay, he's going to test me here, but then now he's not going to test me. No, he's going to test you constantly. So always, between each sequence, ask him to kind of push forward, back, left, right. So I'm over here, settle down nice and heavy. Frame, settle down. Again, corner control. Lean with the chest, he pushes, right? You should feel good, right? He starts lifting me, right? Go ahead and lift me above you. Settle back, he pushes me this way, pushes me that way, and finish. Same here, he starts moving left, right, settle your weight, use your chest and hips. Look, arms are light, but if he pushes, right, it feels heavy, it's the chest and the hips. And connect. Okay? If you really think about this, I hope at the end of this, you guys will realize, wow, we're fighting him body versus limb. You understand? Body versus limb. Not limb, boom, right? Like this, right? I'm using the entire structure. using the entire structure. If I use everything at once, just imagine how much more efficient I am. Versus if I just tax one thing pulls all the time, right? Everything works as a team, your efficiency goes up. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Knees down. Grab his elbow. We're going to do also is collar grip. Bring it up towards you. Now you're going to drive into him towards me so his knee comes up. Now, if you can also, when you do this, watch my posture. So my posture, if I go like this, right, stay full. So I want you to instead of going all the way. See, I'm still tall. Yeah, okay. Now keep this as you use your elbow. Yeah, you see that? I swear. I think I'm leaning.
Yeah.
You're just leaning. Yeah. You just don't want to stay tall, right? You want to stay within your center of gravity. Sitting, it starts with the same moves. You come in, you connect. This is loose. He recovers, right? He recovers. I get in tight. Right? Switch up. Maybe he pushes. He's really, really strong. I come tight. So you see how it's seamlessly and effortlessly moving back and forth. I'm not obsessing. Remember, remove the ego from the passing. And what do I mean by the ego? Meaning, like, if I get in, you're thinking, I don't want to lead now. No, forget it. I'm not backing out, even if it gets ugly. It's okay. Back away and come back in. If you can combine both, you have a beautiful harmony in your style. Beautiful. It looks absolutely amazing. And a good example would be Bruno Malfacine, Lucas Lepri for sure, because he does loose passing. Did you guys know who Lucas Lepri is, by the way? Okay. So he does loose passing, but when he comes in tight, he comes in tight. He puts in pressure. If the guy's too much, he counters him, it's okay. He backs away and he comes back in. But again, I say that if you can, but pick one in the beginning. Pick one. Now, even though I say loose, right? That means what? I'm just super light? No. When you're doing loose passing, you're still heavy. You're still following the rules of balance and structure before movement. Balance, footwork, coordination as the basic sort of universal attributes that everyone can build. Rule of opposites, even in loose. So I don't want to be loose like this and be very clumsy. I still want to be heavy. So as he pushes against me, it's a sturdy structure. You should always feel sturdy, whether it's loose or whether it's tight. But in a beautiful world, you do both. Okay, guys? So I just want to end it off on that. So hopefully now you guys really can absorb all this. I know it's a lot of information, but please, if you have any questions after, we can do some rolling. Ask me any questions you want. Okay, guys? Thank you very much. There's actually one thing I want to end off on. This is sort of like, because I know seminars, it's a lot of information and it's easy to forget. And I remember I've been to a few of them and I can only take away maybe one thing, if anything. But if there's one thing I want you guys to leave with, if you forget everything here, right? Think about the sport a lot in your off time. Think about it. Now, what do you think about specifically? It doesn't actually matter, because thinking about it in general will sort of lead in the right directions as long as you have a good guidance. You have Professor Andrew, right, or Professor Vidic, anybody, doesn't matter who it is, as long as you have a good guidance, think about it, please. Think about it a lot. Think about it in relation to you. My advice would be one thing you do that sort of going to make you feel a little bit better. Remember we said we're fighting as a team against him. It's my whole body, a unit versus him. Think about what it would feel like. What would my game feel like if I can move everything as a unit? What would that feel like? How do you visualize that? Try it out and watch. Believe me, what happens is over time your game will become a little bit cleaner. Because look, all we did was the knee cut and Torindo, and there was depths and depths of techniques and concepts. We could have done another 2 hours and it still would have been enough. Okay, so please think about it a lot. If anything you take away is that. Okay, guys? Anyways.
Awesome. Okay, so again, thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Professor, for coming. Thank you guys from different schools for coming. It was great. And yeah, thank you to Professor Estefan for coming. He's great. So let's bow out, and then yeah, let's get a picture. And then if you haven't paid me, pay me so I don't get beat up in the parking lot. And then we'll get some rolls in. Okay?